Grand Rising, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is another Manifestation Monday. It is I, Ptah Shakur, here changing the format up a little bit. Welcome in, everybody. I would ask during this particular time, as I begin to do a little sound check and make sure that this particular broadcast goes out to Facebook land. It is going out to the White Rose Community Television viewership, so if you're watching this, we're going to be live on this channel from 8 to 9 p.m. If you want to stay on for a little bit of extended experience, then go ahead to YouTube, go into Facebook and go Ptah Shakur and kind of send me a friend's request or something of that nature, and make sure that you can view the entire length of the program. So I'm going to take the next about 30 seconds or so to make sure I share this out to everybody. See if I can all right, there I go. I sound very, very excellent. I hope you all are doing having a wonderful Monday, the start of your week. Hopefully you got a chance to get outside, get some of this wonderful energy out in the nature. Take your shoes and socks off. Go ahead and demagnetize. But like I said, go ahead and get a pen or pad. I'm actually going to be doing what's called Ptah's Mailbag today, in which I will be answering questions that individuals send to me via Gmail. So if you want to, go ahead and go to Philip. Hold on, make sure. Excuse me. Boom. Where's followers at on here? Here we go. Go ahead to Ptah Shakur, excuse me, on at Gmail. Ptah Shakur at Gmail, and go ahead and submit your questions. And we're gonna get started here in a moment. So I'm going to go ahead and tag some of my friends. This is coming out to you, Sharif Hamed. Shout out to Sharif Hamed. And stay tuned. This upcoming Wednesday, we're actually on the Hour Power broadcast. We'll be having the none only, but the great Carol Hill Evans is going to be in the studio with us. We did have Miss Rivera. She was on the previous week, 2 weeks ago. So we want to make sure I do our due diligence and give an opportunity for someone that she's running against to actually be a part of the program as well. Shout out to Bridget Barnes. It's coming out to you. I'm going to send this out to Jolie, the no caller ID. And we're going to be right on our way. So I'm going to go ahead and start in a very short moment. Caller ID. And if you're unable to catch this live, then be sure that it will be on Facebook. Go to YouTube, go to Ptah Shakur there, and you can see a plethora of videos that I've already downloaded that speaks to what's going on this particular time. But I'll get into that with my my intro. Warning! The information you hear may excite you, may depress you, may trigger you, may cause a myriad of emotions and things to come up. Please call in. I will do my best to kind of explain my position on particular things. With the information I'm sharing is peer-reviewed scientific studies, as well as information that actually should be, my humble opinion, should be in shared on the mass media sites as well as in our curriculum for our youth to learn. So this is a great day to be alive. So if you're tuning in right now, if you can hear the sound of my voice, just understand that you are a powerful being. Yes, You're not a drop of the ocean. You're the ocean in the drop. You are an interdimensional being with abilities to interact with everything that is in your periphery. Yes, everything that's in your room right now, whether it be a desk, a phone, a couch, whatever these inanimate objects is, the double slit experiments have proven that human consciousness has the ability to not only throw off the uncertainty probability, but also human consciousness decides whether atoms will collapse into a particle or they will remain in a wave function. So I've always wanted to see a program like this, hence I haven't seen it, at least here locally. So here's my attempt to share love and light with everybody out there. So beginning with an affirmation. Affirmations are very, very powerful. Whenever you say I am, whatever you place immediately behind that is what you actually cause the universe to bring into your experience. So we want to make sure we're speaking positively, particularly for yourself, and make sure you speak positively to others, because consciousness only knows itself. So when you're talking bad about someone else, understand that the cells in your body don't know anyone but you, so they will resonate with that energy. So if you're a slack talker, if you're a backbiter, if you're a person who says negativity and judgment, understand that that is always coming back to you 100% of the time. How are we going to speak very, very positive? You can go ahead and write this one down. You can use it as your own. I know my place in truth. I know what I am in truth. I know how I serve in truth. I am free. I am free. I am free. I am in the upper room. God is, God is, God is. I, Ptah Shakur, I pledge to always look for the best in each and every circumstance, and each and every person that I meet, especially starting with myself. I come from love, I am love, and I choose to look at the world through the lens of love. I commit myself to choosing the upper room towards vibrating at the highest level possible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am free, I am free, I am free. Behold, I make all things new. So I got that out the way. Disclaimer, I told you. I love myself. I would never hurt myself. I would never kill myself. I'm a happily family man, as well as seek to be a pillar in my community to help unlock the greatness in everyone, including youth that's in my periphery. You got to say things like that to keep those crosshairs off me. Yes, we go into some serious knowledge here. We go into some really deep stuff, but I'm going to keep everything focused to Ptah's mailbag. If you see, I kind of changed the look up a little bit. More of a relaxed setting. And with that, before I get into the show's purpose, and I will finish my little intro as well. If everybody would like to, I get this quite a bit on my email, as well as people come up to me in person and ask me how to meditate. It's very, very important at this particular time. We have so much to be worried about, and the bad actors are doing their best due diligence to keep us distracted, unfocused, unhealthy, and without peace. And so you have to reclaim your own peace. And how you do that is simply closing your eyes. If you close your eyes, you realize that the massive amount of information that these eyes pick up and transmit to our cerebral cortex, which is constantly deciding whether to keep safe, and based off of our belief systems, of course, it chooses to keep those, and the things that were outside of our belief systems just literally just go right into the trash file. However, what we want to do at this particular time is make sure that we, like I said, once you get yourself in a calm disposition, you'll be able to pull what we call the mind, or pull the greater aspect of yourself into your body. A lot of us are moving around in a trance-like behavior. With our physical bodies. Our physical body has its own consciousness. If you don't believe me, look at the individuals who do sleepwalking. You can sleepwalk, you can sleep drive. A lot of people, their bodies are breathing. First of all, your body is breathing. You're not breathing. Your body is breathing for you. You're not digesting your food. Your body is digesting your food. So this wonderful invention, which is your body consciousness, sometimes it can get in the way. When it comes time to look for higher truths or more clarity in your day, your body consciousness does not have those answers. That divinity that's inside you, though, certainly has those answers to those queries and questions. And so how do you access that, the divine within? This is how you do it. Close your eyes, like I said. By doing that, your other senses will heighten, I promise you. And breathing. Understanding that your breathing is something that is so tremendously important when it comes to mastering your physical body. Remember, it's mind over matter. So just simple breathing meditation. Then I get back to my intro. You just close your eyes, take in one deep breath through your nose, and breathe out through your mouth. Just for the one time. Just for the one time, You're going to breathe out on your mouth. Everything after that, you breathe through your nose, breathe out through your nose. Nose is for breathing, mouth is for eating. So I'm a little congested a little bit. So you're going to breathe in to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And breathe out to the count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll do it just 2 more times. This might not make for good TV, but I get these questions, and hence, here we go. I'm here for education, motivation, and inspiration. So breathe in to the count of 4. Hold to the count of 4. Breathe out to the count of 8. So all the individuals that's out there that are all my wise and full of wisdom and full of knowledge and power, I challenge you to sit for 3 minutes and just do that breathing aspect, that breathing exercise that I shared. Just try that for 3 minutes consistently. If by you doing it consistently, of course, with using the law of hypnotic rhythm, everything will become easier as you go. So as you go, you'll find out that not only was you getting to this meditative state, and that was step 2, and step 3, when you feel your body relaxing, to visualize. Visualization is a superpower that you have. Believe it or not, the enemies of truth did their very best to dissuade us that when we were children, that was child games. Some of you all had imaginary friends out there that wasn't too imaginary. You might take a pine cone and use it as a hand grenade, or a piece of a stick and imagine it being a weapon or things of that nature. So those that are the titans of industry understand how powerful imagination is, and so they're constantly stoking their imagination. And so I implore you all to do that as well. Keep up with the Joneses, these 1% that own 99% of all wealth and resources. Meanwhile, we are all left in our own devices and without knowledge. And if you don't believe me, go ahead and turn the back of your dollar bill over, and you see that Novus Ordo Selectum, and then you see the pyramid with the capstone taken away. Individuals have that knowledge that are the elites, as they call themselves. I call them the fearful. And they have that bit of information that they do not want to share with individuals. So you can feel free to go, like I said, go to YouTube and see the perfect videos that I've already done about the law and principle creation, the law of attraction, and things of that nature, and how to manifest. So just moving groovily on. I am, in the morning, it might sound egotistical, but I got to give everybody a reason to really kind of tune in and why these particular questions should be flowing in. You go ahead and call in. It's 717-846-5067. I'll try to pay attention to Facebook land, but I do have some prepared questions that I did kind of write down, so we're going to go through them. But I am the omnipresent, all-powerful intelligence that is governing this here mind-body complex. I am the presence of divine harmony, and I'm always connected to the frequency in the heart of God. And I now bring forth solutions to change myself and to change the world. Keep that in mind. You got to change yourself before you can change the world. We'll go into that another time. I might freestyle a little bit. I am the limitless open door which no man can shut. I'm the mighty presence of the divine source in action. In short, I'm your brother. Even in shorter, I am you. I'm a catalyst for change, role model, youth advocate, transformational life coach, Reiki practitioner, entrepreneur, spiritual guide, and channel. I am a rebel. I'm here to uninstall cowardlessness. I, Ptah Shakur, seek to shed light on the daily atrocities that are being orchestrated by the elites, the fearful, and their end game is closer than you think. I intend to promote nothing but love, light, education, motivation, and education for those that are looking to understand the current cosmic changes that's going on right now, that is affecting every animate and inanimate being. If you don't believe me, go ahead and get your Bibles out and go ahead and flip through Revelations and tell me some of those things don't sound a little familiar. Yes, we are living in that particular time. The Christ consciousness is here and present, and it's becoming more and more evident as individuals start to start to ascend with the planet, which the planet is now ascending as well. So we have an opportunity. Behold, I see a new heaven and a new earth. For the old heaven and the old earth is soon to be passed away. So what does all that mean? So if you ever have a question, go ahead and ask your pastor first. And then if that doesn't sit with you, come back here and go ahead and put top mailbag maybe for next month. Try to do this once a month to answer questions. So I'm a dangerous man to those elites and their shadow government that's been corrupting the world since the 1950s. Don't believe me? Look at I believe it was FDR's final address. Yeah, it was FDR, and he was sharing about the military-industrial complex, which is now with the black budget programs is now fully entrenched in every executive position in this in this country, at least. For those who identify as feminine, we don't care what your acronyms is over here. We love you and respect you over here. We asking all those who represent the feminine energy, we need your vision, we need your energy to help correct the ills that are being experienced at this particular time. And if you identify as masculine, I ask you to join me with this mindset. We would rather die like a man rather than live like cowards, and do what you can at this time to help the human family rise to prominence that was promised to us. To all my 137 YouTube subscribers, soon to be 137,000, remember, you are eternal beings, with forever being a fraction of eternity. You are beautiful, powerful children of the ultimate divine grade programmer. You can call it God, you can call it Allah, you can call it whatever you want to call it. You are beautiful children in aspects, messengers even, of that divine energy. You are divine and you are beautiful. If you didn't hear anybody say it today, Ptah Shakur, I'm telling you, you are divine and you are beautiful. It's time for us to wake up. To all my hooded youth, Starseed salute. You might not see me here, but I'm certainly not alone, and we love our youth. We believe that the youth who are walking around this planet right now are some of the oldest youth in creation that have now reincarnated back at this crucial time in order to help the evolution of consciousness on this particular frame. We believe that they are the most powerful souls, and we believe in unlocking them and unlocking their greatness. To all my starseeds, wanderers, indigo children, angelic souls, Reiki practitioners, we are the new founding fathers of this creation. I'll say that again. We are the new founding fathers of this experience, and I'm asking everybody, let's unite. First, find that unconditional love for self, and when you do have that, share a little small snippet of that to your fellow human beings that are masquerading in physical flesh. But we all know that there are reflections of ourselves. So like I said, never hurt myself, never kill myself. But with that particular breathing method that I shared, that brings a calm peace of mind. Some of y'all may be feeling a little bit calmer right now, and understand that when you're dealing with other individuals, whether it be your family, co-workers, and things of that nature, when you bring in this divine, the closest thing, it was shared a long time ago, the closest you can be to God is to breathe. So let's utilize this lung capacity, because your lung capacity and your brain capacity are working on parallels. And as you do that, and you start to calm, and you be able to relate to that individual that's outside of you, and realize that you have something to learn from that individual, and that individual hence can learn something from you, or they'll just spin into their own reality, and you just be free and clear to manifest and keep on smiling and keep on shining. So that's my little bit of intro that I got. Like I said, this is Ptah Mailbag. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and call in. It's 717-846-5067. Let me see. Okay. Also, I do want to make mention, coming up the first week of, in the weekend of, I believe it's October 5th and October 6th, there in Harrisburg. It's called the Spirit of Oneness Holistic Expo. It happens every single year. There's one that happened at the New Vision Expo. That was, I believe, in August. But this is another one that's always going to happen in August. And this one's always going to happen, inshallah, in October, the first week of October. So it's a place where you could come, get your wonderful jewelry. I see Miss Andromeda is on. I got my prized possession here. This is my Metronon's Cube. This is my healing crystal. And it embodies the Metronon's Cube, which is all 5 platonic solids. And understand that in order for things to become physical matter, all energy has to follow a particular pattern or a signature in order for it to come into physical. This is right at the bridge between spiritual and physical. So I really love this piece right here. So, like I said, Ptah Mailbag. But before I get to that, I got a little recommended reading. If you've seen this magazine around town, please pick it up. Go ahead and finger through it. Check out some of the wonderful recipes, different type of things that will help you if you're looking to become your greatest version of yourself. If you're looking to change your diet around. Yes, like I said in my opening, you are awakening. We are living in that Christ consciousness period in time right now. So you may find yourself wanting to do something different with your life. Consuming more sea moss, consuming more foods that carry the frequency of light in them, such as fruits, vegetables. Those things are alive. Whereas those meats and things, be careful with as the consciousness on this planet is rising, the consciousness of all beings have an opportunity to rise as well. So when those cows that go to that slaughterhouse and they're lined up, they're stacked from head to toe, and they're mooing and they're hollering, and because what they are witnessing, the atrocities and the mass murder from their perspective. The mass murder of their particular brethren in front of them is causing quite a bit of stress and trauma, which then goes right to the meat. And then we find that if you haven't had meat that's been what they call halal or blessed over or kosher, if you have not done the work to energetically remove those discorded energies, then you could find that actually will affect your physical body in the form of high blood pressure, high tension, and headaches and things of that nature. So we want to, if you, we're not judging anyone over here. We got love and light for everybody. So if you want to evolve your diet, evolve your habits, and also we have this wonderful book, The Power of Habits by Cresha Drayden, right over here. I did my little Vanna White thing. Wonderful book to detail how your habits are really holding you back, or how your habits can spring load you into a reality, into a life that you've always wanted. And when it comes to, I just got finished saying in my little intro, is that you, yes, you have the ability to master and manifest anything in your existence, whether you want a house, a car. There's certain practices that you do that makes it work a 100 out of a 100. But what stops us? What stops us when we decide that we want to have that beautiful home, we want to have that beautiful car, is how we speak to ourselves. So just in the periphery of your alone time, you say, I want a new car. I want a brand new car. And now the universe is listening. The universe is going ahead and, all right, we're listening. What else you got? What else you got? Put some more meat on those bones. What kind of details? What kind of interior is it? Do you want a drop top? Pull your emotions into it. This is the universe saying, go ahead, pull your emotion to it. How does it feel to have the wind go across your bald head, Ptah? How does it feel when you have that house by the ocean and you smelling the seawater? Link your emotions into it. That is the proper way to go. But instead, what we find ourselves doing is saying, I want a new car because this car is a piece of crap. It has a crack in the windshield. The wiper blades don't work. We have a whole list of things that we don't want in a vehicle, but we constantly remind ourselves, remember, where your focus goes, therefore goes your power. So we want to make sure we put our power in things that we want, not things that we don't want, because the more we put power into the things that we don't want, or when we focus on the things that we don't want, the more that we'll find the universe, okay, that's what he wants. He wants a car with a cracked windshield and the speedometer is broke and the window doesn't wind up. He must be happy. You understand that is literally how the universe is here at your beck and call. When you decide and you understand your relationship with this world, that you are a torus field of energy, and whatever you put out comes back in the form of what they call karma. How does karma work? It works by energy, because you are a tremendously powerful being, and your intentions go further than your block, further than your city, further than this whole planet. You are God incarnate in physical body. And so if you're looking to change your life around, and then even in the back of this has places where you can actually go and get Reiki from Giver of Light here in York, Pennsylvania, over there on 1224 South Queen Street, as well as other individuals as well, sharing about reflexology and different type of foods. So you definitely want to grab this book, little free, totally free. Imagine that. Very, very high frequency energy, goes into crystals, and always have a different topic of the day. So before I get into my mailbag questions, I can remind everybody, this is an hour-long program. If you go ahead and call in, I had some individuals I spoke with. They may or may not be calling in, but that's fine. I'll try to keep an eye on everything. So like I said, this wonderful book about Cresha Drayden is a certified mindset, life coach, and Reiki practitioner, and an herbalist. Has a wonderful stand there at the Central Market in York, right off of Beaver Street. So go in there and get your wonderful soaps, body butters, beard oils, and crystal jewelry and things of that nature. So with this wonderful book, kind of leads a step-by-step guide as far as how you can take your habits, and instead of having them be obstacles for your success, utilize them to climb out of the quagmires that we're experiencing right now. So another quick little book, and anybody who has been around, for all those that's been to the New Vision Health Expo, like I said, that was in August. This book right here, and I've spoke to quite a few individuals that deal with healing, and everybody got this one on their in their bookcases. And I actually had this one since, maybe not this particular copy. I've been guilty of having books and so excited that I loan them out to people, and some people don't get my books back. But we still love you though. So I think I got introduced to this book. Whew, I would say maybe like 2003. So it's really, really hands-on book to explain like how individuals, how you can see auras and how to basically take care of yourself as well. In order to be a healer, and anybody who's out there who always puts their heart out and they kind of lead with their heart and find themselves being bullied or find themselves being kicked aside in this particular the way this dog eat dog world and how it's kind of devised, you know, and it kind of puts a damper on some of us. Say it doesn't pay to do right. You know, I do right, and then we get kicked. It's a hard knock life, but I promise you, keep shining, keep pouring into people, keep giving love, keep giving light. Don't let anybody corrupt your soul. Remember, the devil wants the ones that he don't got. And at this particular time, we ain't even going to talk about that doom and gloom stuff. Cause like I said, we're at the precipice. We're at the doorway, moving into this new, beautiful time. So it's a grand time to be alive. Make sure you put a smile on your face and get one of these wonderful books. Check it out online. This is Hands of Light book. Like I said, goes into a guide through quantum healing with your hands, and just real briefly with Reiki and what that does for anybody. That's a question I believe I have on my my little question here. Someone asked about Reiki. Reiki is a hands-off. It's a very light touch or no touch, where the Reiki practitioner actually uses their energy and uses their hands to kind of jumpstart the healing frequency of you and I that's out there. Yes, you have abilities. You have abilities to heal. Once we came to this particular realm, we didn't come with an instruction manual, and then all the religious institutions have been doing their very best to just take us totally off track. So we born in sin and baptized in iniquity. That's where that one comes from. But for all my individual, like I said, healers and things, you got to do your due diligence to create boundaries with yourself. There's nothing wrong with creating boundaries. You know, you might give, you can give and love, and you're helping, you can only give when you have something in your cup. So if you got to tell someone to kind of hold up there while you kind of bubble your coffee or whatever, or you kind of fill your cup up, then you do that. And that's where the unconditional love comes from. You got to love yourself. The only unconditional love you will ever experience is the unconditional love for yourself. And there's nothing wrong with saying that. If your belief system is triggering you right now and you're squirming in your seat, you can go ahead and call in. I'll talk to you. But I'm sharing with you that until you can actually love yourself, your frequency of everything you're going to do is going to be a little bit off, and then hence what comes back to us is not going to be what we want, and then we start blaming people. We start blaming God. Oh God, why? And it takes a kind of bit bumping in her head to you come around to that. So you can have that one for free. So this is another powerful book, and I'll be going through all these in my series. Is clearing spaces. Like I mentioned, as far as you have to take care of yourself. There's crystals that exist. These are crystals that I wear every single day. I don't take these off at all until I choose to place them in the sun to recalibrate them. These is my obsidian, tiger's eye. The obsidian is a dark black color most times. Tiger's eye mostly is a brown color. There's different types of colors. Tiger's eye, but those are very, very good with protecting your energy field, as well as hematite, which is this silver. It's a real silver. Like I said, you can stop by our sons and daughters, a plethora of knowledgeable individuals there to kind of share with you whatever crystals will be beneficial for you. Not only that, if you sage and Palo Santo is really popular, Florida water, to kill the bacteria in the air. Our sons and daughters actually makes a spray called sage spray, Palo Santo spray, which you then can use to King George Campbell. I don't know who that is. So the sage of Palo Santo spray, what it does, it kills the bacteria in the air, brings in the positive ions and things of that nature. So if even with the sticks, which is fine when you're utilizing them in your house, but if you're at your workplace, it's really a good thing to kind of keep in your purse. Understand that when you're in heavy, congested areas, like imagine a downtown New York City, Manhattan type of scene, whenever you're walking, a little bit of a person's energy goes on to yours and yours goes on to them conversely, and you might find your thoughts are jumbled all over the place. So you might just get some crazy thoughts, whether it be satanic, oh, they say satanic, but some crazy thoughts. You might get a thought to kick somebody down the steps. You might just get a thought to get involved with some vices that you never got involved with, what they call these temptations. Understand that these are just energy that just seemingly got trapped in your energy field. And so by sage and Palo Santo spray, as well as visualizations, keep you clear of those particular things. And yes, I'm talking to you at home. This is a live call-in show. You call in if you like. The number is 717-846-5067. The purpose of what I'm here to do, I'm a spiritual guide. I am a channel. I am an individual who are looking to explain the current changes. Yes, there are changes taking place. You could be in denial that you're in denial, or you could be open to the fact that we are living in the times that was written about in all the scriptures and the scrolls. And so if you already start to notice little orbs out the side of your head, eyes and things, go to my, just started my TikTok page as well. Go to my TikTok channel. One of the first videos I put in there is I actually manifested in my meditation state. You'll see me sitting there, I just closed my eyes and I was just visualizing certain things. And so you'll see I was surrounded by, I lost track of how many different orbs and high frequency energy beings was in that periphery. So that's proof for you. Go ahead and check out my TikTok and see the video for yourself. One day I might play it on here. But if you're noticing repeating numbers, you know it's an 1111. Ooh, coming up on November 11th, got a special surprise for everybody. It's the portal, the 1111 portal. We're going to do something really, really magnificent for that particular time period. But if you're noticing 222, 911, 119, whether it be from the phone or whether it be from addresses or just noticing your video games or addresses or license plates, those are all different things that let you know that you're picking up to this subconscious energy that's going on. Ringing in your ears, like I said, that as well as feeling of, what they call it, deja vu. Oh man, I've had this conversation before, or even straight up just precognition. And listen to your children out there, folks. Like I said, there's some of the oldest souls that are now chose to reincarnate back to help with this particular transformation that's going on right now. So, just another little quick book. Now I'm gonna go into some of my Ptah's mailbags. It's a powerful book as well. It says The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. I had this one for quite a while. Goes into duality of the mind, consciousness. What is consciousness? Most people, when they hear the word consciousness, you think that consciousness is in your brain, that is some type of product of your thinking processes. However, that could not be further from the truth. You actually are, not only are you in a wave of consciousness, there is a sea of energy that is ebbing and flowing in every live, every animate and inanimate structure. It's a sea of energy. And then you and yourself, yes, you that's listening at home, you are a powerful being. You are a person. You are part of the sun. You are part of divine. And when we come to a level of ascension and understanding, you can know how to tap into that unseen energy that is inside of all things. And that's where the power of magnetic attraction to your goals and to your wills. You've been manifesting your whole life, but it's time to manifest on intentionally of what we want instead of manifesting what's been pushed down our throat in the form of music, indoctrination, belief systems that have been pushed down to us on high from our bad actors. So time to shake all that off. Let me go ahead and do a couple questions right here. I got one that was sent to me. Let me see which one I'm going to kind of go to. And like I said, if you have any questions, please put them there at the comment. But I'm just going to go into it. One question somebody asked, am I Muslim? I don't consider myself Muslim. I'm an individual. I don't subscribe to a particular religion. If there was anything that I would subscribe to, it would be Islam, which is a way of life. It's not a particular, not the Islam, not a Sunni, not a Shiite, just in the form of understanding that I am, like I said, part of that consciousness that has came to this planet right now to manifest all positivity in this particular realm. But I don't subscribe to religions at all. Actually, my opinion of religions is one of these are God-made, or not God-made, man-made situations, and it kind of goes into this other question as far as somebody asked about, it was Jesus a Christian? Who was Jesus, or which we call Yeshua? It's called Yeshua because J is a fairly new letter in the alphabet. So at the time where that individual was alive, there wasn't even a J in that particular. So his name could not have been Jesus. It's impossible. So Yeshua, the individual that we commonly refer to as Jesus. Want to know a little bit about that individual as well as was he a Christian? No, he was not a Christian at all. In fact, Yeshua was actually part of a family of his uncle's mother and cousins and things of that nature. They was of a particular, let's say, sect or a certain level of understanding there in that area where he grew up in. So, as just like it says in the book, where it says when he was a baby, he was put into the manger, and of course, the individual was looking for a person of his description, and then after say 3 months, disappears totally from the Bible in total historical references. Seemingly disappeared, didn't, and then returned back to Jerusalem at the age of 33. So the question is, where was Yeshua? Where was Jesus during those particular times? In which the very first place when it was getting kind of hot, he was actually sent to Egypt, and there in Egypt he actually sat and learned from individuals like Thoth and some of the high priests there in Kemet, Egypt. And then from there, after gathering knowledge of the pyramids and things of that nature, he went on, I believe, to Tibet. I don't know if it was Tibet first or the other place. So he went to Tibet. I believe he went somewhere first, then he went to Tibet. So he went to India and actually learned about reincarnation, learned about Reiki. He actually gathered quite a bit of information. He was a world traveler. He would just sat there on his laurels and say, "I'm the Son of God," and therefore, no. Jesus actually gained knowledge in order to help his individuals, and he returned back to that area, I believe, because his mother was getting ready to pass, and so, hence that's the story you kind of picked up, and then he did the miracles and things that he's attributed to that, but. So he's a person who was a very wise individual. Yeshua shared, greater work shall ye do. What was he talking about? Meaning that he was a reflection of humanity at that particular time. However, he left the particular existence at that time and was alluding to the time that we're living in right now. Greater work shall we do. So some of you all that are listening and hear the sound of my voice, yes, you have the abilities to heal. You have the abilities to manifest the realm that's around you. Just in understanding you are an individual, an instrument of love, an instrument of light. And as you walk into that understanding, you understand some of the abilities that we are able to do. Yes, I say we. Next question. Is it true UFOs, ETs are in the Bible? That is true. There's something called Ezekiel will. Where it speaks about even before that, where it speaks about Moses coming out of Egypt and the pillar of fire during the night and then the pillar of smoke during the day. That is something that actually led them in the story away from Egypt to the promised land, and it was very, very instrumental with disseminating the manna from heaven. Which was the sustenance that the individuals need as they was transferring on. So I go into that on my YouTube page a little bit, like exactly what that story actually spoke about, and even going into the Ark of the Covenant, which is the real reason why the pharaohs initially said, "Yeah, go ahead, you can leave, Moses, aka Akhenaten, you can leave." However, while they were gone, all of a sudden it was a change of heart. Hey, let's go back and get them. Go get all the soldiers and go get them. The reason why, when Akhenaten, aka Moses, left out of Egypt, he actually took the Ark of the Covenant, which actually sat in this little concrete little box right there in the Great Pyramid. And since then, it was in Ethiopia for a large period of time. Ask yourself why Ethiopia, and you understand a little bit about Jesus and eventually what he went on to do after that whole Jerusalem experiment was over. So, another little quickie question. Do angels have wings? That's an interesting one. Actually, no. In this instances where individuals say they have these supernatural, and then let me just kind of slow down a little bit. Like I said, if you have any questions dealing with supernatural, anything metaphysical, anything on that realm, I'm your man. Send that information to me, and as well, I am very, very well versed into other exploits such as quantum theory, string theory, and these cutting edge knowledge that is being discovered there at CERN and these other observatories. That is really, really important that we get that information out. Like I said, I never hurt myself, never killed myself, but I know that I'm on the leading edge of thought right now. So keep paying attention, and you're going to hear it first. That's why I said the warning. The information you hear may upset you, may depress you, may sound like blasphemous. Like, where is he getting this stuff from? I promise you, there is truth that is laden in what is being expressed. I'm going to get back to what I'm saying. So, let me see, check the time here. Got about 20 minutes. So, do angels have wings? No, angels do not have wings. Angels are not as what they are described in. And it's a darnable thing with the illustrations that have been put into the Bible and these different type of writings, have been a tremendous disservice, even starting about the depiction of Yeshua, Jesus. It is shared even in the scripture of what Jesus, Yeshua, looked like. And it said his hair was, the skin was of burnt bronze, so I don't know why of all the descriptions of burnt bronze that we still get. Well, I do know why. The image of a blonde hair, blue eyed individual, and that is supposed to represent that individual. That is not true at all. So these depictions in these pictures, understand, pictures are worth 1,000 words, and these same pictures is what allows us to get stuck in certain belief patterns or indoctrination. But hence, it's time to kind of break all that up. This is the time for truth to be expressed. And so, like I said, I'm a catalyst for change. So if I ruffle a few feathers, it's okay. You'll be all right. And so shout out for those that's on the upper track, that's in the upper room, that understand that you are a divine being and you do your due diligence every day to share your light and share your gifts in the world. Majority of individuals I meet is in that middle track. They're starting to just now question the mass media. They're starting to just now question what their mamas and their daddies and the pastors and the different religious institutions have shared with them. They're just now questioning that and coming to a point where understanding that discernment is very, very crucial at this particular time. So use your own thinking at all times. And those that's on the slow bus, you probably already turned the channel, paid, probably put on a sporting event or put on some Desperate Housewives or something. I'm sure there's plenty of things to entertain individuals this particular time. However, this might not be your cup of tea. But the question about the angels, no, the angels are what they commonly refer to as appearing to be wings, is when these high frequency beings actually visit us on this particular realm. They travel in a particular shape called the Merkaba, which actually is very similar to what I have right here. And let's step up a little bit so you can see kind of what I got on here. This is my Metronon's cube. So if you can imagine this particular shape and imagine it spinning, and if it spins, the six-sided, what they say, was it Star of David, as they call it? Star of David, that's funny. So imagine if you take the Star of David, which is a two-dimensional representation of the Merkaba, and then you just spin it around. It appears, I guess it looks like wings, I guess, because you can see the triangle. So offsetting triangle and an inverted triangle, and it spins. And so this shoulder part would kind of look like something moving around. And yeah, that's that one. So before I go and answer any more questions right here, I also want to go and share another very, very powerful book, which is called The Essential Guide to Psychic Powers. So in this book, goes into channeling. And before you say, whoa, 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 you're saying the devil's work. Matter of fact, that was one of the questions somebody asked about tarot cards and horoscopes. You know, they said that has something to do with the devil and things of that nature. No, it could be further from the truth. We understand is that secular individuals, whenever information that was disseminated that what did not come from the Bible or come from a religious aspect, it was just shot on and like, oh, it's crazy, it's the devil and things of that nature. Because it's a great behavioral conditioning. That's the best way to keep someone from really exploring how to access the divinity themselves and the certain tools that you use to access the divinity in yourself. If you can make all those tools seemingly bad or evil, then you really are dissuaded from going to access that God divine within. You'll constantly look for someone else to lead you to that divinity, aka the Pope and things of this nature that actually on the basement of in the Vatican is where a lot of this information is kept. So I'm gonna go ahead and answer this call here. Greetings, you are on the Ptah Speaks program. May I ask who I'm speaking to?
Peace. Court.
Peace. What's going on, Court?
Everything, God. Hey, I wanted to ask you a question on which I've been speaking on.
Yeah, just going around a little bit, talking about, I got some books and things that I was kind of sharing as far as the healing, chakra balancing. Most recently what I was just talking about is how, it's dangerous to those illustrations that you see in the Bible where it depicts Jesus, aka Yeshua, being a blonde-haired, blue-eyed individual, and depicting. Somebody asked a question about angels. Do angels have wings? And I was just sharing that some of those things that we were taught in our programming and indoctrination is leading us to not search for the divinity that's within. We're constantly looking for somebody else to take care of us. So that's the kind of tip that I'm on. What's up?
Oh, yes. I wanted to ask a question about what's the spiritual? What do you think the spiritual thought is behind the hair weave? I see a lot of sisters, especially, they be having a head full of hair and still rock the weave. Like, I don't get it.
Well, just real briefly, I just think that there is a way women have been kind of broadcast, even from, that's the indoctrination, even when they're very, very little, they were taught what is the definition of beauty. And for the longest time, it was owned by a man named Mattel, who makes these Barbie dolls. You know what I mean? And so this man that our foster fathers here in this plane of the United States, he seems to have a authority of what beauty is, and therefore, which is of course his woman. So of course she has long hair. Where individuals growing up in the city, the hair might not be a little more kinky. You know what I mean? You got we say naps, which basically have that kinetic energy in it. But basically, long story short, is that our definition of beauty was given to us by this particular foster father, and so we got constantly are looking to even bleach our skin and do things to kind of fit into that ideal woman, which is his woman, and hence that long hair and the fake hair thing. Yeah, so I feel you on that there, buddy.
Okay. All right, well, that was one of the things I wanted to ask. However, I'll let you get back into your discussion. I appreciate it.
All right, no problem. Yeah, you just tune in. If you want to get in, call in. You go ahead and get back, call in. I'll probably shutting down about like the next 11 minutes or so.
Yes, sir.
All right, appreciate you. All right, peace.
Peace.
So I'm here to answer any particular questions. I got a little bit of hot water for this one, but I'm gonna go ahead and skip this right now. Yeah, I answered that about the teroscope or horoscope. Yeah, these are things that there's a saying. Millionaires don't believe in astrology, but billionaires do. And understand that the kings, King Jones and King Joseph and all the ones you hear, the Knights in the Camelot and all those individuals, you best believe they had somebody in their castle that was able to access some of these things. They had somebody in the basement of their castle there that had crystals, that was able to use pendulums and foresee the future, that had tarot cards, they had chicken bones and all that. They call them witches. They call them witches, and other y'all individuals might call them witches, and some people lost their lives, if they find them in the wrong area. But best believe the king kept one in his house, in his basement, so he didn't even have to leave to consult when to plant, when to go to war, and things of that nature. And so yes, those aspects of astrology, he would consult. Oh, this is when the moon is in this particular phase, because individuals that was deemed to be witches or Wiccans that actually derive their power from nature, which is one of the greatest sins that mankind has entered into, was his deviation from nature. Understand real quick that the prototypical man, Neanderthal man, when that sun went down, it was a whole different story. You went from being somewhat in the food chain to being totally at the mercy of everything in that food chain when that sun went down. Hence, darkness meant fear. Light meant peace and harmony. So these are some inbred indoctrinations that have been just put into just the making of the original man. Not only that whole deviation from nature, to depict nature as being something separate from man. He was scared to death of nature when the sun goes down. Someone can eat you up, you ain't coming back. And so there's a particular being that was created by man, called Baphomet or Lucifer or devil or whatever. At least that physical representation. Look very closely. Has a head of a goat, has a body of this. It's just amalgamation of different animal aspects just to represent their inbred fear of nature. So that was one of the greatest sins, is when mankind pulled away from nature, and that's when he also pulled away from the balance of creation, which is the feminine energy. We are now living in a time where we might have an opportunity for her to be the first female president here in America, but for majority of the executive processes in business and all forms of commerce is highly masculine. That's one of the reasons we find ourselves in this war, rumors of war, homelessness, and some of these type of horrible, horrible, despicable situations we experience, is because we're no longer balanced in that aspect. It's totally male dominant, and so it's time for that female attribute to be returned, so we can come to a form of a homeostasis and bring some peace to the world. So that's my little soliloquy regarding that. So yeah, so that Baphomet and all that type of stuff, yeah, that stuff is not real as well. So let me see. So we got about 7 minutes left. I got some questions here on what's this one? Oh, somebody asked about extraterrestrials again. Like I was saying, ooh, this one's for free. Check this one out. When you see that cross, Christians, I need you to listen to me. You take Christ and you put the INS in behind it, the and, you can switch that around to anti. Understand that cross that you see, that we come to know as to be the representation of Christianity, it actually was devised from Constantine. Constantine is the individual who is responsible for what we know as Christianity today being set up. Constantine set that up, set up the parameters, and pushed it around the world. Now, where did Constantine first run into that particular cross? And go into my Bible scholars, please check me on this one here. It's called Constantine's Dream or Constantine's Vision. There was a battle going on there in Turkey, in which Constantine's army looked into the sky and seen a large cross in the sky. We're talking about UFOs, people. We're talking about UAPs, whatever you want to call them. Not only was it historically written that Constantine seen this cross in the sky. His army saw it as well. So this wasn't not a production of REM sleep. He wasn't having some. He didn't have too many Hennessy. I don't know if they had Hennessy back in the day, but he didn't have any type of inebriation. He and his army seen this cross in the sky, which is also depicted in a lot of Christian kind of drawings as well. That doesn't. What is this cross flying around in the sky? So that cross, then he chose that to be on his shields, and that became part of his emblem, which then became part of the logo that we do say for Christianity. So, yes, extraterrestrials and UFOs and all that. That's all in there. What's your opinion about the Bible being a slave book? I understand that the Bible is not a book. It is a is a collection of books, varying from different sources. Some even going into the mystery schools in Egypt. So it's a combination of different books, and even some of the books that are in the publications that you all may have in your homes. Understand that there's quite a few chapters and books that are missing, like the Gospel of Thomas, just to name one. There's different type of the Apocrypha. The Apocrypha is the name of all of the books, most of the books, that have been deliberately left out of the Bible. And so in order to get a full, clear view of the writings, you got to make sure you include those as well. They don't have time to have some information and some not information. Somebody asked a question about Yeshua having wives. I do know Yeshua did have, we're talking about Jesus here. Got about 3 more minutes. He did have individuals, females, that he actually shared knowledge with. That was different knowledge that he was sharing with the Gospels. And that actually brought about this kind of like division between the men and masculine and feminine in the Christian dichotomy. Because, like I said, Jesus had a certain amount of knowledge that he taught just to women. And so upon his passing, they were protected, and they actually went. Someone went to Ethiopia with Jesus' child as well, there to Ethiopia. And Ethiopia has been the headquarters for Christian content. There, I forget the name of the city. As a matter of fact, that's the last place where the Ark of the Covenant was last seen. That's about 4 or 5 years ago. Was there in Ethiopia, and you can go in Ethiopia and you'll see depictions of Black Jesus, Black Mother Mary, and things of that nature, much like the depictions that Russia unveiled about a year ago, sharing about those particular things. And so, yeah, so he did have female individuals he did share that information with, and that's also written in the Gospel of Thomas as well. And the Gospels really didn't appeal to that one as well. So, like I said, we're coming short on time here real quick. I want to make sure that I stop right in on time. For those who are listening right there on the White Rose Community Television, I will be back next Monday, same bat time, same bat channel. And as well, stay tuned on this same very channel on Wednesday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. We will have Carol Hill Evans, myself, and Sharif Hamed. We will have her on, and she will share what her vision is for the 95th District. And then after, if you want to be on the program for the Hour of Power show, make sure you get in contact with myself there at Ptah Shakur at Gmail, or hit me up on Facebook or Sharif Hamed as well. We do our due diligence to make sure you get in. But this is the Ptah Shakur Speaks program. I am a bridge. I am light. I am love. I am an individual that seeks to educate, inspire individuals that are looking to better their lives and move into a different paradigm. If you're comfortable where you're at, I'm comfortable where you're at. So what I ask everybody to do is to find your heaven on earth. If you don't have a support structure, seek me out or seek other individuals out. Go ahead and take a walk in nature and get in contact with the God Divine within. And then when you get in contact with the God Divine within, share a little bit of that love and light with your community. It's Ptah Shakur coming from you on White Rose Community Television. And love and light to you all.